Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to take you through the pre and post of changing Adam Warlock's CTP from a Mighty Authority to a Brilliant Energy. This is a pretty big change for me. I'm really glad there's a 50% discount on right now because it saves me 400 crystals, but it's a big deal in the sense that this is the first time I'm trying a very the second time after Cersei, I'm trying a very offensive CTP for PvP. And I basically have my Adam Warlock built otherwise, very much so for PvP with all those HP Urus, the HP Odin's Blessings, and then I went ahead and got the selector to grab a 4-star version of his artifact. I think this is pretty much necessary. This artifact is necessary for Adam Warlock to really shine in PvP because that, a passive heal does add up over time and does give him a lot of extra HP over the course of the entire fight as his HP kind of yo-yos from max down, hopefully not to 0. But yeah, we're going to see how this works. I've got this team set up here with Molecule Man and Red She-Hulk. Red She-Hulk is here because I honestly think Adam Warlock's difficulties are not with universals, so I'm not bringing Ebony Maw, and of course I can't bring any other of those increased, decreased damage supports. So the test we're basically going to do, because I'm not sure whether the Mighty Authority is going to be better than the Brilliant Energy for Timeline Battle. It's going to be better for Alliance Tournament, maybe even for Alliance Conquest, although I don't play that. But I want to see, for the majority of players who are going to be taking this advice, who are not in Alliance Tournament, is it actually going to matter here in Timeline where you get your weekly crystals? So I'm just going to go up against the top 10 teams. That's what we're going to do, and I'm just going to fight them on auto. And I'm going to switch right away to Adam Warlock, and we're just going to see exactly how this goes down. And I will just, as soon as he dies or as soon as I win, we'll just cut to the next fight, and we'll run 10 through with the Mighty Authority. Hopefully none of the top 10 players change, fingers crossed. And then we'll run 10 through with the energy after I've changed it. And this is also a bigger deal because I'm spending 400 crystals to swap out the Authority. But if the energy doesn't work, I have to then spend another, I think it's 600 or 800, because the Brilliants are actually even more expensive to unequip than the Mighties. So we're running into a little bit of problems here against Spider-Man, and the problems are actually offensive, not defensive. You can see I'm surviving his attacks, but the problem is that I'm actually not killing him. So you can argue that, see, like, getting him down that close. So like I was saying, leaving Spider-Man with just that small amount of HP really does, in my opinion, make the case for a more offensive build, whether it's a Mighty or a Brilliant Energy or a Greed. But then looking at this here against Thanos, I don't know. And then you also have to wonder, if I didn't have that Authority, would I have survived Spidey's attacks? Because he did leave me. There you go, just took that fat L versus Thanos. So in this case, Mighty Authority really wasn't going to make a difference here. I was just taking way too much damage and not dealing enough damage. And yeah, so we're 1-1 so far for Adam Warlock with the Mighty Authority here. It seems like we're getting clobbered on the switch, strangely enough, but we'll see how he manages here. He's stabilized. I think once he gets his footing, the AI does a really good job of cycling through his skills, but it's just that initial swap. Yeah, that initial swap that is tough. But I don't know, like, he's gonna lose a lot of damage reduction when I take off the Mighty Authority. So I don't know if the defense from the Mighty Energy or the Brilliant Energy, the 24% defense, is really gonna be enough. But yeah, I don't know what's more annoying. Getting clobbered, getting one-shotted, or almost one-shotting and having your opponent survive with a little bit of HP and then crawl back and beat you. Normally, this would be a really tough team. This is the 4th-ranked Vibranium player, but with Molecule Man negating Hela, this is a pretty straight-up fight that I'm still losing somehow. Yeah, see, Thanos, that's so annoying. Thanos being on death's door with like 10-15% and then coming back because I don't have the juice to finish him off. I really thought that Adam was better against Thanos. I guess I was wrong. Wow, yeah, it seems like every Thanos is just giving Adam fits, dude. So we're 2-2, which is literally as balanced as it gets. But yeah, in general, it seems like Thanos is really the one to give me issues, not anybody else. So yeah, we're gonna see. Maybe the energy solves our Thanos problems and one-taps him and puts him out of commission faster, but I don't know, man. I think he takes a lot of damage from Thanos. I think he's really good against Doom, but yeah, okay. We shouldn't have any issues against Doom because if you can get, so basically here's the thing. If Adam can one-shot you with the Authority, he's gonna one-shot you with the energy anyway. So we're basically just increasing the targets that get one shot. Another Thanos lead. Let's see how we handle it. Yeah, that second skill just doesn't do enough. Oh, but we got him. Okay. So yeah, I think it also just depends on the Thanos build. Although I would have liked to do live matches because you can flow through them a lot faster than having to go back and look at the top 10 list for Vibranium. And also the top 10 list for Vibranium can change as players are playing. But it does also create more inconsistencies with the comparison. So rather than doing live matches, having to search through opponents and potentially not finding the same opponents and then not being able to test the same ones, this one lets me test them identically and get a much better picture of which CTP is doing more work. Got another Spider-Man here with Thanos, basically the two biggest threats to Adam, I think, besides Emma. The only thing worse than this team would be if I saw a Thanos, Spidey, Emma Frost team. But the only problem with that team is that Thanos' lead is not doing anything for Spidey, so it doesn't matter. So in this case, I'd be worried that, see, it's like, yeah, I don't know what's more important. I ended up getting the kill, but what's more important, the survivability to get the last hits on Spidey, or to make those first initial hits clap for more and hit harder and one shot potentially. A very interesting team here. Silver Surfer, Victorious, and Doctor Doom. This should be very interesting because my theory is, or what I'm thinking is, if I can't one-shot Silver Surfer, he's going to get punished hard. I'm going to get punished hard to reflect. Okay, I got lucky there. But yeah, Doctor Doom is no worry at all of mine. Although, okay, I spoke way too soon. All right, bro. You need to chillax a little bit. Yeah, that Dr. Doom's fourth skill is still super toxic, but we should have this in the bag. Nice. Last team here before we swap his CTP. What is going to happen? I didn't actually keep track of the score. I think I've won every match after the 2x2. So we should be 7-2 right now. I actually can't remember. I'm gonna have to watch it back in the editing. Maybe someone in the comments could tell me. I'll know when I edit this video. But it's either 7-2 or like 6-3. We haven't taken losses too much since then. But maybe the quality of opponents has gone down since we've been climbing down from the top 10. But yeah, so this is still a very good showing. By far, his biggest issue has been finishing off Spider-Man and surviving Thanos / finishing off Thanos. So now let's see. We're going to swap these CTPs. If this actually makes a difference, we're going to unequip this bad boy. We're going to equip this bad boy. And this one was tough too because I had to spend CTPs to re-roll this one. So one of my most expensive items, basically the most expensive item on my roster besides like actual characters. So his new stats now, I think he was at 61,000 energy attack. He's now at 66,900. So that gained him about 5,800 or 5,700 energy attack, which is huge. And now he's got both of his attacks, both of his defenses, excuse me, over 30,000, including 35,000 energy defense. And I know this is not the point, but if you had a different build or a different team, maybe you were using Wasp or something like that, and you used his leadership, which is not the best in the world, but it is 60% energy defense. I would prefer like 50% all defense from Blue Marvel or Gilgamesh. But check this out, 45,000 energy defense. That is insanely high. And I know there's whales out there who have even more. I would love to build a character with like 50 or 60,000 defense. I think that would be awesome. Okay, so we're going to go back up here against the #1 player. Again, I'm just going to cut them in between after the win or the loss. But let's see what happens here. Are we going to win more, lose more, or is it going to be a wash? So first up, we have a pretty minor opponent in Molecule Man. Here's the first big test against Thanos, and he gets clapped. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. But now can we survive Spidey or kill Spidey? That's also really good. Okay, but we did win this one last time. I'm not going to get too hype. Okay, here we go. This is the rank 2. Or this was the rank 2. There's been a few changes in the top 10, but still can't clap that Thanos in one shot. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. Okay, getting that second skill off. I missed. No. Yeah, you got it. That first second skill has to one shot. That has to one shot. Okay, there we go. We got him. Sheesh, bro. It's tough, and this is still going to be really tough because I think we got Doom in the bag, but then we have to kill a mirror of ourselves. Oh no. Oh wow. So that's the downside. That's the downside. Just didn't have enough juice. Damn. So Screamer Silence gets me again. I lost against this dude, whether it was the Mighty Authority or whether it was the Brilliant Energy. And so with the Mighty Authority, I lost to this guy on Thanos. I just couldn't get Thanos down. With the Brilliant Energy, I just couldn't get through or couldn't survive tank Doctor Doom's damage. So maybe a Brilliant Authority would allow me to beat both. I'm not saying that's the best option for him, but maybe against this specific team that just has 3 very high damage enemies back to back to back, maybe that would have been better. All right, so we're 1-1. We're back to the old 1-1. If history continues to that was 120k, boys, on that one attack, on one of those hits. Nice. Okay, he does take a lot of damage though. You can see the artifact is really doing a lot of work. Yeah, man, he gets sometimes my Adam just gets stuck doing his 5th skill, and it's just death. I think we're gonna lose here. Not enough. Oh, he managed to pop off with the 3rd skill. Okay, see, that's what I like to see. See, that's what I like to see. If they're gonna trade, I want mine to trade and just eliminate the threat. But now we have to finish him off here. Use the 2nd skill, Bozo. Yeah, man, it's so annoying, man. He just gets stuck on these dumb skills. Okay, I'm not gonna rage. It's a little bit annoying. Okay, we clutched out the victory there, but I don't consider this a win. I don't know what you hit me in the comments below. I don't know. Is this a win or not? My guy died. Adam Warlock died. He got stuck doing a skill, just standing there when his 2nd skill was ready. If you play manually, that's an easy clap. You just press 2 and it's over. But yeah, my Adam just likes to hang on the 5 forever and hang on the 3 forever and just sit there like a clown sometimes. So yeah, funny enough, I think this video has exposed the other problem with MFF PvP is that if you spend too long watching the AI, it just pisses you off so much that you just don't want to have anything to do with it again, which is why I think a lot of Alliance Conquest players just play the game with their eyes closed. Because it's honestly like, it's so infuriating unless you like build, even if you build your cards to be like as optimal as possible, your characters still sometimes do the dumbest rotations. And it's just like, ah! So from here with the Authority, we won, I believe. We didn't have any further problems. So now, oof. Now it'll just be a matter of seeing if we replicate those results. Wow. Yeah, so there. See, I think it really depends on the quality of your opponent. If you have super strong opponents, like you would see in high-level Alliance Conquest and high-level tournament stuff, then the energy is probably going to do better for you because of the fact that you can like punch through their defenses, right? A lot of whales use like brilliant regens and brilliant authorities that give like a crazy amount of defenses. Because Adam doesn't have as much tanking power as Thanos or Doctor Doom. Even though he has the revive, he's not as tanky as Thanos or Doctor Doom, especially being a blast type versus universal. He doesn't have that type advantage. So the energy helps you against those super tanky opponents. But against opponents that are less tanky, that's really nice. But against opponents that are not as tanky, I think the Authority is a safer option. Like against, I would say, the average Vibranium player or like even Platinum player, the Authority is going to be, I think, a little bit more consistent. And I think it's going to be more consistent because when you're facing the sort of average opponent who has, you know, imperfect cards, they don't have 25% pierce, etc. Your Adam Warlock damage, especially the 2nd skill, is going to do enough damage to one-shot the vast majority of opponents. And so it's more about surviving in between, surviving when you're switching. If you switch into Emma and she has a Reflect or whatever, surviving Doctor Doom's 5th skill, that the energy, whether it's brilliant or not, the energy doesn't give you that survivability very much, right? So yeah, I don't want to seem too salty about this switch. I do have mixed feelings about it, but I ultimately think it will grow on me with time. I just need to, you know, do more testing and things like that. But watching, you know, knowing that you have the firepower now to basically one-shot any character, and watching your character sit through a skill animation that's not going to do any damage instead of doing the skill, like, you know, especially his 2nd skill. It's so satisfying. He slams the staff down and he just like wipes them off the face of the earth. When he has that ability up and he's not using it, it's hair-raising, dude. Like, I want to pull out my hair sometimes. So you can just solve that by playing manually. I know that, but you know, we gotta put a little spice, a little drama into the video. Last opponent here, Cerebral Moon, and let's see if we can clutch this out and basically have an identical record. And what does the identical record tell you? Less is probably more. The baseline expectation, I believe, for Vibranium at this point is probably a CTP or a reforged CTP like a Mighty. But I don't think for the majority of players, if you're not playing super competitively, I believe that you should save your brilliance for PvE characters and you know, you shouldn't chase brilliant CTPs for PvP unless it's something that you really enjoy and you want to compete at the highest level, because you know, the difference here in cost between this brilliant energy and this mighty is huge, right? You may not consider it initially, but the cost difference between them is huge. I spent 2 CTPs to make this mighty authority, right? The one authority plus the other one. I can't tell you how many CTPs cost me for that brilliant. Probably in the double digits. So it's literally like a magnet, like it's 5 times more expensive, if not more. And it seems to be performing basically the same. Now again, I'm trying it against the best Vibranium players. Challenger is different because they have extra buffs that I don't have, so it can skew the results, especially if they have a lot of buffs against blast types, which I'm not going to sit here and check, and it's just a big waste of time. Also because it just started, so you're going to have some players who don't have any buffs at all. But I digress. The Challenger thing is, sometimes people comment down below, they're like, you should be playing against Challenger players. It doesn't really make sense unless I'm also in the Challenger bracket and I also have access to those extra buffs. But yeah, it seems like I would say that the best advice I have for you is don't do this. It's not worth it, and you are better off equipping that brilliant energy or brilliant destruction or whatever on a character that you enjoy using in PvE, right? If you enjoy using Adam in PvE, more power to you. But if you don't, then save it for Spider-Man or save it for another character that you really enjoy. Maybe they can still be a two-way character for you, maybe not, but I don't think it's going to be worth it for just your, you know, 180 or 200 crystals a week from timeline battle. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching this testing video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.